So I've just been complaining so much to the city that I think that they send me now to the 311 voicemail, which is I didn't even think they could do.
Have you tried asking the city how they feel?
Welcome everybody to the SMR Experience. I'm your host, Nate Odenkirk, and I'm joined today with a very, very special guest indeed. Please welcome Dr. Albany to the Experience. Thank you so much.
It's actually Al Boney.
Oh.
Like first name Al, last name Boney.
I'm sorry about that. There must have been a mistake there. I thought it was Albany, like the city in upstate New York. Do people make that joke around you?
Yeah. No, not to my face. It's more of a behind my back sort of thing.
Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, you're here for a very special reason. As you know, I sent Penguin Publishers a very strongly worded letter surrounding my complaints with poems, and specifically that I think they either rhyme too much or that they don't rhyme enough, right? As I'm sure millions of Americans feel. And so you are here from the poem division to come help figure this out, and we'll hopefully come to an agreement so I can start reading poems on my SMR channel.
Sure, yes, and I would like to start by saying I really value the art of SMR, but I have some good news and some bad news. So I'll start with the good news, which is that I am from Penguin Publishing. I am from Penguin Books. So you have the right company. The bad news is that I'm not from the poetry division. They sent me from the short stories and Christian literature division. So the reason for this mistake, which I apologize for the inconvenience, is that when you sent your letter to complain about poems, your letter was 2 pages, 12-point, double-spaced, which technically meets the requirements for a short story. So we thought it was a short story. And they did send me.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
You should have made your letter longer if you wanted the right people.
Yeah.
But
or made it into a poem, it seems like.
Or made it into a poem.
Right. Well, that's a bummer. I mean, is there anything you can help me out with? Can we hopefully figure out this poem thing? Do you have any sway with the poem division at all?
So we sit in a cubicle. I sit in a cubicle next to the poem cubicle, but we're not friends. So that's why I can't really influence that department. I just said something weird at the first icebreaker on the first day of work. And
I see.
It is not within my place to talk about poems. Is what I'm getting at. So it wouldn't really be appropriate for me to give my perspective on that issue.
So you knew that this was I had a complaint about poems specifically.
Yes, you sent your complaint. Yes. They flew me out. I can't speak about poems. If you have a question about short stories or Christian literature, I would be happy to speak about that. That is my department. It would be extremely inappropriate for me to give you any commentary about poems.
So, I mean, what do we do? It's like, because he doesn't know anything about poems. Well, I don't know. I thought he was the poem.
You're not the poem guy.
No.
Someone here said that we have the poem guy.
No, I'm short stories and Christian literature.
Okay. I mean, short stories and Christian, those are two separate departments?
No, same department.
Oh.
I do both.
Why? How did they become one? They just seem like two very different things, Christian literature and...
Do you have cabinets at home?
Yeah.
Do you just have salt and pepper in a different cabinet? No.
Okay. Damn.
Sorry, I apologize. That I should have left that to the analogy department. I crossed the line there.
Okay,
I would like to apologize to my coworkers at Penguin.
So I just don't know where to go from here. You know I'm trying to start an SMR channel, right? And
yes. Nate, let me speak on that.
Okay.
I highly value SMR, as I've said.
Okay.
The art of SMR we know that that's a very lucrative money-making tool over at
Yes.
Penguin Publishing.
There's a lot of money to be made.
So because of that, we've commissioned recently at Penguin to try to move into the 21st century of digital innovation. We've commissioned an SMR cover of Macbeth. We're going to have an audiobook reading of the Shakespearean play Macbeth, but totally whispered. Every single word is going to be whispered, and after each monologue by the characters, we're going to jangle some card keys and loose banana peels with little metal thorns attached.
That's interesting. That doesn't seem like it would fall under your department. That seems like it'd be more under a long play department.
It's funny that you bring that up.
Okay.
Yes, Macbeth, as you know, is not a short story. It's a long play.
Yeah,
And I'm going to take a very long and technical story and I'm going to make it short just by saying that I shoehorned Macbeth into my department by dividing it up into several smaller segments to make it several short stories to add up to a play.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There's a lot of red tape involved.
Right.
But long story short, we print the whole thing out, hang it from ceiling to floor in a medium-sized room, and we just take a scissors, very old-fashioned, and cut it 6-inch segments. 6 inches makes it qualify as a short story. And boom, Shakespearean play? No, more like 3 baker's dozens worth of short stories.
Oh, okay. I just, while you're here, I want to ask you a little bit more because I'm just so interested in your job title. Did Jesus Christ ever write short stories?
No.
Oh. If Jesus Christ did write a short story, would that fall under your department?
Well, it would be a long time ago.
I mean, let's say Christ came back, the Heavenly Father came back today, and he wanted to become an independent
Christ
author.
and the Heavenly Father, that's the same thing, right? It's
I mean,
kind of a nickname.
You're from the Christian literature department.
I mean,
yeah.
Look, my passion is short stories.
Yes,
and
yes.
Christian literature is just, that's what puts the bread on the table because I have a family to feed.
Yeah.
But I begged them to let me do short stories too. I said, look, Americans still have a passion for short stories.
That's certainly true, yeah.
And I do short stories Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and most Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
Christian literature is just when I absolutely have to.
If Jesus Christ were to come back today, right, in the flesh, and he wanted to, I don't know, write a book, write a limerick, something like that, like a poem.
Again, no poems.
Okay.
I can't talk about poems.
No poems. Okay. Sorry, just
If
throwing
you
it
have
out
questions about Jesus, that's fine, but when poems get involved, that's too controversial for me.
there. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What other kinds of short stories do you guys publish? Any short
We
stories
publish
about?
short stories about most produce: cherries, tomatoes, celery, oranges, plums.
Yeah, you're just listing fruits at this point. Can you just tell me like a example of a short story about fruit? Like,
You
I
know,
mean, like what? That doesn't.
yeah.
That you just listed 6 fruits is all. Like,
Okay,
I'm not saying
I understand.
not saying you can't
Right,
make
I
a
was
short story
I was
about
trying
fruit.
to just get across that we do have a lot of short stories about different fruits.
Okay.
I wanted to name the fruits so that our viewers would understand.
Well, my viewers. Yeah, my viewers.
Sure.
Regardless, I feel like we're going around in circles, so let me just move on to more important things.
Of course.
Right. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Okay. I just want to thank Al Boney for being on my program today. Thank you so much. I think we cleared things up.
Absolutely.
Great. And
Good luck with your complaint. Hope it reaches the right department.
And best of luck with your Christian literature. Hopefully that department gets bifurcated into what seems like 2 clearly different departments as they are already. Seems like your time is very poorly allocated as it is. And hopefully next week we'll actually start doing some SMR and we'll make it fun. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. So, you get done with a full day and then you hit the 405 and it's just It's just a nightmare.
I'm actually not from around here, so I wouldn't.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's such a dumb way to start.
We can do as many as we need. I'm gonna laugh to it.
Okay.
Just
I was gonna talk about the traffic for 30 seconds. Oh god.
Just do it. Just do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start over.